fundamentally, they're very sound.
Listen, you need to move your head more, side to side, okay?
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Muhammad Ali. George Foreman's got to cut just under his eye, and that's actually good news for him. I know it looks ugly, but that's better than being above the eye. He took a go of it to the body, but came up empty. For you now, he says, right back with the left hand. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. They go, each man getting the best of it. Foreman's able to land at a good connect percentage. Look at the punch stats.
Double jab, double jab, double jab. Keep your hands up.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. How important are these mental gymnastics that Muhammad Ali twists and turns, like his pre-fight antics with Sonny Liston, in terms of him getting the results that he wants?
Well, I think he looks for two things. It's a double-edged sword. One is that, you know, he can kind of invade the psyche of his opponent, weaken him a little bit. But it's also for himself. It's to build himself up, to give himself something to aspire to, something to make sure that he lives up to. Puts himself on a spot that now he has to be sure that he handles.
Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
Foreman's doing a good job tonight on the outside. He's able to score from the outside, keeping a safe distance away from his opponent. George Foreman's opponent is saying to himself, I can't believe this. Every time this guy throws, it seems like he lands. He's very judicious with his work.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. You know, that's his temperament. And he has that kind of temperament. If you went out with the guy, you talk to the guy, you know, he thinks before he says things. He doesn't just, you know, let his mouth go. He doesn't just let his hands go. He lets them go when he thinks he should.
You just need the patience. Just relax. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Muhammad Ali's corner will really need to get after that swelling. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. At the end of the 20th century, many of the greatest of lists were all topped by Muhammad Ali. In fact, Sports Illustrated named him the sportsman of the century. I know Babe Ruth had a great effect on baseball. Michael Jordan's probably the greatest basketball player of all time. But I don't know that there's anybody that touched the world stage the way Ali did.
No, there probably isn't. At one point, he was probably the most recognizable face on the planet. I mean, everybody knew who he was, and also what he stood for. You know, he stood for freedom, he stood for power, for strength, and he stood for, most important of all, individualism. And that's how he lived his life in and out of the ring. You know, he was very, different in that ring in his approach, his style, and that wasn't by accident. It was to stand out and show that everybody is unique.
That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that.
Listen, stop chasing them around the ring. Cut the ring off. Relax. Relax. You're doing great. Keep the pressure on him. Keep it on him. No need to get excited. You're doing fine.
And with the start of this round, the halfway point of this fight.
Uppercut. In and out. In and out.
It is unbelievable how this fight is being fought. Both guys unwilling to stop. One guy goes at it, the other guy meets him punch for punch.
Well, you've heard it before. You've heard the term used, one day at a time to deal with something very difficult. Well, this is one round at a time. That is the only way these fighters, these warriors, could deal with this kind of pace.
Foreman's doing well, sticking to a game plan on the outside. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Muhammad Ali. You think back to George Foreman and his early days, and I think one of the visions that most fans remember is holding that tiny little American flag in the Mexico City Olympic Games in 1968 after claiming gold.
You know, that's an interesting point because Foreman's not known as a guy with great personality. You know, he's a guy who's a disdainful-looking guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of reminds you almost of a Sonny Liston. He tries to intimidate you. He does intimidate you with his power, with his size, but at that moment, he showed that he has personality, that it's inside him.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Foreman's in complete control. Teddy, way ahead on the scorecards every which way, isn't he?
Yeah, every which way, and especially the most important way, I think, is that the fight is in his kind of pace. It's a fast-paced fight. It's an outside fight. It's exactly what he wants.
Look how we look.
To be ahead, which we think he is, but to stay ahead.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been.
Move your head. There's no need to be on the inside.
George Foreman blocks that punch. Muhammad Ali is dealing with a cut around his eye, and it's in a bad spot. His vision could be impaired. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Muhammad Ali is doing a good job there. He has a great sense of his identity. He knows he's got to fight on the outside, and creating that space is the way to do it. Ali's vision is being compromised here. That swelling around the eye is worsening as the fight continues.
Well, right now he has to use every advantage he can. You're right. He's at a disadvantage. So now he has to position himself in the ring, every inch of that ring, where he keeps his opponent in a place where he can't throw punches towards the bad eye, where he positions himself where the good eye is always in a place where it can be used.
The twists and turns and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. Took a go of it to the body, but came up empty. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by George Foreman. Blocks that punch.
Nice one. That was good. We have this one. Nice one. Nice work. You're doing well.
Another round, will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight.
Body shot. Up and down, side to side.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by George Foreman.
Let's see, go ahead and get out of the way.
Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Very nice defensive guard there. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Foreman's coasting his way towards a victory here. That round comes to an end, and yet another round that you got to mark down on your scorecard for him.
Yeah, the only way he loses now is if he's a glutton. You know those guys, you've seen them, Joe, they're on our crew. They stay at the table too long. They don't know when to push away from the table, you know? Well, he's got to push away from the table right now. If he does that, hey, this is in the bank.
turns to offense by Ali. How is he taking these kind of shots and just dismissing them? What a chin on this guy.
Yeah, well, what a neck on him. Look at that neck. I mean, it's about 19 inches. That is the shock absorber. But the rest of it is he's seeing it. He has good vision. He sees the shots coming, and he's making up his mind they're not taking him anywhere.
Keep it going.
1 minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Not able to land the uppercut. Muhammad Ali is really disappointing us with his lack of work to the body.
Yeah, it is.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman. Well, which way did it go? That is the question everybody wants the answer to. The man with the answer is standing in the ring, and here he is.
You damn right. How about that?
George Foreman's your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
I'm not so sure it was unanimous. I had it a little bit close. I had a split decision, but had the same man winning.
All three judges in agreement here ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Always enjoy you tuning in. We'll see you next time at the fights.